Welcome to this 10-minute HIIT workout for PCOS. This is a step aerobics style HIIT workout, but if you don't have an aerobic step, don't worry, you can do all these moves from the ground. We'll start with our warm-up after a word from our sponsor.
This workout is sponsored by Nutrisense Continuous Blood Glucose Monitor. Did you know that about 70% of people living with PCOS, both lean and overweight, are struggling with some level of insulin resistance? I'm one of those people too. And I can tell you that working with the Nutrisense team, their app, and my registered dietitian at Nutrisense has been an absolute pleasure. It is so great to see how my body is reacting in real time to my food, workouts, sleep, and stress. Plus, my nutritionist helps me come up with fun experiments so that I can test and tweak my PCOS-friendly lifestyle. To take a quiz to see if a Nutrisense program is right for you, click on the link below in the description, and you can use the code PCOSPT, as in PCOS Personal Trainer, to get $25 off your purchase. Now let's get to our workout.
Come down to all fours and get ready for quadruped rotations. Place one hand behind your head, rotate up, reaching your elbow towards the ceiling, and then back down by bringing the elbow towards the elbow on the supporting arm. We're focusing on loosening up the upper back here. Inhale, up, exhale, twist. I love this warm-up exercise. It feels so good. Let's switch sides. So when you're twisting up, you're stretching through the chest, and when you're rotating towards that supporting arm, you're stretching in the upper back. Okay, lift up those hips and come into a downward facing dog position. And then I want you to walk your dog, or sort of march by bending your knees and dropping one heel at a time down toward the mat. This will loosen up your calves and hamstrings. Also pay attention to your shoulders. You should feel relaxed in the shoulders, not like you're shrugging or putting a lot of tension around your neck, but instead letting your head loosely dangle in between your arms and opening up the shoulders. Let's come to our feet and do knee circles. Bend your knee like you're drawing it up towards your chest, and then sort of form a circle or draw a circle in the air with the tip of your knee. This exercise is intended to loosen up your hips so that they're nice and mobile for your workout. Let's switch to a lunge with a reach. Step back with your right foot into a lunge and reach overhead into the left with your right hand. We're trying to loosen up the front of the body, especially the hip flexors in the front of your thigh. They get pretty tight from sitting at computers and couches day in and day out. So take your time here to step back, lower down into that lunge, and reach overhead before you come back up. Just a few more and we'll switch sides. Okay, we're switching to the left side. Step back, reach overhead. And here's our last move for the warm-up, a plank walkout. Come down to your mat, walk your hands out in front of you until you're in a plank position. Pause for just a second to contract the core, and then walk your body back up to standing. There's no need to do this quickly, go at your own pace. Just one more and come on up. Okay, we're ready for our workout. Grab that step, it's time to do our HIIT circuit. Remember, if you don't have an aerobic step, you could do all of these exercises from the floor. We'll do each of these 10 exercises for 20 seconds and take a 10-second break to transition to the next exercise. At the end of our 10 exercise circuit, we'll take a 30-second break and then repeat. Let's start with a basic march. All right, so this is just kind of getting us acquainted with the step, marching up and down. And when you're using a step in step aerobics, you want to make sure that your whole foot plants on the center before you step up. You don't want half of your foot on the step when you step up. Now, if you don't have a step, you can just march in place from the ground. Okay, 10-second break before we start. Step up, so turn your step, straddle it, and get ready to step up and step back down. So I like to alternate from right to left which foot I'm stepping up with. And as I get more comfortable, I like to speed up so I get that heart rate up for that HIIT exercise. If you don't have a step, I'd recommend doing just a simple jog in place for this exercise. Nice work. Let's move on to hop ups. Stand with a foot on either side of the bench. Take a shallow squat back and power up as you hop and bring both your feet up to the center of the step and then step back down. If you don't feel comfortable with high impact exercise, you can return back to the step up, step down move from the last exercise. If you don't have a bench, you can just do simple squat hops from the floor. You're doing fantastic. Nice. Let's transition to the next exercise, leap over. Stand with both feet on one side of the step as you gallop across the step to the other side while lifting your arms up in a circular motion. Make sure you make that movement with the arms big so you get your heart rate up. Now, HIIT can be adjusted by going faster or slower. You want to push the pace of your exercises to your fitness level so that your heart rate is so high, but not so high that you feel faint or dizzy. Next up, we're going to do high knees. I love this exercise because it's going to get your heart pumping and your abs working. Start with one foot on the step, hands above your head. Step up and drive that knee towards your hands and your hands towards your knee. You're really going to crunch your abs as you step up and bring that knee towards your chest. Remember, use the speed of your exercise to make this easier or more difficult for you. Keep going. All right, we're gonna do the other side. Get the obliques on the other side of your abdominal muscles as well as keep that heart rate going. The other foot needs to be on the step, hands overhead. Let's go. Pull that knee up to your chest. Really push the pace here. Get just outside of your comfort zone. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Okay, next up is side step squat. So you're going to start by standing in the center of your bench. And you're going to step down to the side and squat. Now, if you do not have an aerobic step, you're simply going to step to the side on the floor, squat, come up and step to the other side. I like this exercise because it really targets the outer thighs and the glutes, as well as getting that heart rate up so we're staying in our HIIT zone. Nice work. Next up is another exercise to get the outer thighs, the hip abductor. You're going to stand with one foot in the center of the bench. Exhale as you step up and reach your other foot out in an abductive motion. Notice I'm also involving my arms to help my heart stay high. So I'm stepping up, reaching that leg directly out to the side and squatting back down. Keep it up, you're almost there. Good, let's switch sides and get the other outer thigh involved. Now, if you don't have a step, again, this is really easy to do just directly from the floor. You're still gonna get a great workout. Don't forget to involve the arms to keep the heart rate going. And really think about squeezing the muscles of the outer thigh and the booty when you step up and reach that leg out to the side. Okay, this is our last exercise. It's a simple sprint in place. You're just gonna run up and down the step as fast as you can for your last 20 seconds before we end this circuit. You got this, really push the tempo. If you don't have a step, you'll be jogging from the floor. We're almost there. Give it all you got this last few seconds. Nice work. Okay, we're gonna take a 30-second break and then repeat. While we take our 30-second rest break, I wanna show you the inside of the NutriSense app. It's so easy to record your meals and even put a picture of them in there. And once you have all the ingredients either scanned in with the barcode or put in via search, you can see the macro breakdown of your meal. And then to the best part, it takes just seconds to scan your monitor so you know exactly how the food you eat affects your insulin response. Isn't that amazing? Let's get started with round 2. We'll start with our basic march on the step. Remember, your goal is to feel like you're working at a 7 or an 8 out of 10 if 10's the hardest effort you can put in. That's where you want to be for any given HIIT exercise. So that working interval when you're actually doing the exercise, you should be feeling a 7, 8, maybe sometimes even a 9 out of 10 in your effort. Nice work. Let's set up for the step-ups. Place a foot on either side of the bench and get ready to move. Step up with one foot and step down with the other. Alternating feet will help you work on your coordination while you get that heart rate up and moving. Let's get ready for hop-ups. Stand with a foot on either side of the bench. Take a slight squat back and hop up to the center of your step. Now remember, if you don't feel comfortable with the hop, you can go back to the step-up exercise from the last set. Just a couple more jumps and we'll be ready for the next exercise. Nice work. Let's take a quick break and set up for the leap overs. We're gonna stand to one side of our step. Step up onto your step, raise your arms above your head, and gallop across the step. You can do this from the floor if you don't have a step. Just remember to get those arms involved and really keep up the pace so that your heart rate is pumping. Excellent work. Let's set up for high knees. I just love this exercise because it tones the obliques, that's the side of your abs, while getting your heart rate up. With one foot on the step and hands above the head, rise up and drive that knee towards your chest. Exhale as you pull the knee towards your chest so you get an extra contraction through the core. Let's take a quick break and set up for high knee on the other side. We'll target your other side of your core, your other oblique. Let's get started. Hands above the head, knee driving up as hard as you can. Exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. All right, let's give those abs a break and target our glutes and thighs. Stand in the center of your step and get ready for side step squats. We'll step down to the side and squat, come back to the center, and squat down on the other side. Think about squeezing the booty as you step up to the center of the step. Awesome work. Now let's set up for that hip abductor. We're going to raise our heart rate and tone our outer thighs. It's a total win-win. Stand with one foot in the center of the step. As you exhale, step up and reach your leg directly out to the side. Make sure you involve your arms. I like to reach my arms out to the side, but you could also reach them forward or above your head. Bravo! Let's take a little break and switch sides and do the hip abductor again. Okay, this is it. The last exercise of the workout. Sprint in place. Let's hit it. All right, I don't want you to hold anything back. Go as fast as you can possibly go while feeling comfortable with your pace. I really want you to push yourself here. If you hit a 9 or a 10 on your effort scale, that's okay. This is the last 5 seconds. Give it all you got. Nice job. Let's set up for the cool down. Start by laying on your back. We're going to stretch out those hips. Cross one leg over your knee and pull in for a figure 4 stretch. Switch sides by crossing the opposite ankle over the knee and stretching out that hip. Breathe deeply as you stretch. Try to direct your breath towards the tight areas of your body. All right, let's flip over and do a puppy pose. So you come down to your knees so that they're just below your hips. Extend your arms out in front of you and rest your forehead on the ground. This is a fantastic stretch for opening up the shoulders and the back. Sometimes I even feel this in my rib cage and in my abs. Nice. Let's flip back over and we're going to do a pretzel stretch. So you're going to lay in a side lying rotation. And if you have it in your range of motion, you can bend your bottom leg and reach your back arm up so that you're also stretching out the quad. Nice, let's switch sides. So again, we're starting off with the twist with one leg over the other. And then if you have that range of motion, you can bend your bottom leg up so that you can grab a hold of your toe and stretch out the quad on your bottom leg. Gently let go of that twist and come up to a seated position for a classic sit and reach stretch. Start by hinging forward from the hips and really focusing on stretching the back of the thighs. And once that loosens up, if you want, you can exhale and melt down toward the knees. Awesome job. You got a lot of work done in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining me.
Hi. I just finished working out and my NutriSense continuous glucose monitor came in the mail. So I'm going to put it on in front of all of you. Okay, so the first step is to find a part of your arm where there's fat. And see, I knew that my tricep fat would come in handy at some point. I shouldn't hate on it as much as I do. I got a pretty good amount right here. Okay, and then the next step is to pull the applicator out of its container and plug it into the sensor. And then they say put it down on a flat surface and you'll hear a click. I think we heard a click. Okay. All right. So I'm not afraid of needles at all, but it's still a little weird, like stabbing yourself. I know all of you with diabetes are like, poor you. So, here we go. So I'm gonna put this alcohol pad, get this area of my arm nice and clean. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that didn't even hurt. Did it get in? Yep. There we go. I have this sensor in and it says it's gonna last 2 weeks on me and I can take it in the shower. So I just need to add this bandage over it. And I think we're all set. So yeah, pretty easy.